Ricky has the East Coast Triumph Racers shaking in their boots. Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. So this is awesome. Let's step back on the Moto merry-go-round. Around and around we go as we examine the good, the bad, and maybe even a little bit of the ugly.
No, Walty, not the ugly. Only examine rainbows and sunshine.
No. Somebody's got to read between the lines and look between the ruts. We got some ruts, right? Because here's the thing, man. Triumph. Welcome to the swimming pool. Was this a one-hit wonder? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But the reality is this. If you're riding a Triumph on the East Coast, you better go out there and perform because Jordan Smith has proved that bike can win. Insanity, right? Insane. Now, I believe Jordan Smith could have won on any bike. I think that he could have won on a Beta. I think that that dude's basically got a lot of talent. But the reality is this, that Triumph is enjoyed a lot of R&D development, and it's clearly got all the speed needed to run up front and win races. And so if you're riding on the East, you're feeling it right now because you know why? Ricky, I'm sure, you know, he comes down and talks to these guys, whether he calls them, texts them, shows up to the pits, goes, I don't know. At some point you're hearing from Ricky, and Ricky's like, Jordan Smith's winning on this thing. Jalek Swoll had some great finishes. This bike can win. We're expecting wins out of you. Now, the reality is he might be a little cooler about that, but the reality is this. That's the elephant in the room now. You have to perform. You cannot, like, I feel bad because Savatgy couldn't make that bike work. And that's just an example of a dude that's had to bounce around factory to privateer at 450 to 250. You know, the bike was still probably a little more earlier in development than it is now. The bike's clearly now running plenty good and can definitely win. But if you're Austin Forkner, if you're Jalek Swoll, if you're even Styles Robinson, if he ever makes it back to this bike, that you're expected, I mean, anything less than a top five, you're basically on the chopping block for sure. And I don't know, I think these are probably all one-year contracts that these guys got, but I'll tell you what, Jordan Smith stock value just went way up. Now, some of you might be thinking the East is going to be more stacked, right? We got Frenchie Vial, we've got Hampshire, you know, we've got some other guys, Kitchen. Like, it's going to be interesting to see when East meets West, how this thing shakes out. My anticipation are these guys are going to be ultra competitive, ultra equal. I don't know if one coast is necessarily just going to flat out smoke the other coast, but I could be wrong. It certainly could happen. I mean, Danger Boy is a force to be reckoned with. Juju has now emerged and he looks really good. Juju, you know, I was thinking at one point, like, hey, you know, he could just, you know, be getting lucky, but he's definitely raised his game. He's growing into his body. He looks a lot different. He looked a lot more boyish, childish, immature, and now he's matured. He's growing into his man's body. He's grown a sack. He's comfortable with this pressure. He's handling it super well. I'm pretty sure that the West is just as talented as the East, but we'll find out definitely when the East meets West, and I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm sure all you guys are as well. But here we go. We're going into Tampa, and you know, this is a gnarly thing because, you know, we've already lost some 250 West riders, right, and some big injuries, right, limping around out there. And we'll probably see the same thing on the East. Will these heavy hitters be able to stay healthy? Will Triumph's riders be able to stay healthy? Because I think they're going to have added pressure on them. And Austin Forkner's already, you know, he's had the big get-offs, right? He's pretty much always, every season, had some big get-off. And, you know, I don't think the bike's magically going to fix that. And my advice, Austin, if you're watching, dude, as hard as it may be, because you're wired as a racer, and if you find yourself up front, and if you're in some kind of points chase, You know, it's going to be hard to just kind of back it down and make sure you put your safety first. You might try to go full send. I mean, that's what a lot of these 250 riders, you know, you're a product of your environment. A lot of these guys are going full send. You're going to be tempted to go full send too. And then with the added pressure now, potentially Ricky down there saying,
Hey, bro, this bike can win. We're paying you to win. We expect you to win. We hired you.
what kind of pressure is that going to be putting on these East Coast Triumph riders? I think it could be significant. Ricky, listen, dog. You're the GOAT, man. All right, we're giving you that. Love you, brother. You know, you're doing your thing. No hate towards you at all. Critiquing, sure, of course. This is what we do. This is what's called, you know, social media and free speech. But I doubt you're putting point blank pressure on these riders like we're expecting you to win. But in a roundabout way, I know you're telling them this bike is winning. It's capable of winning. We would love to see you win. You got to believe in yourself. Go out there with the winner's mindset. My advice, Austin, don't. Go out there with the fact that I'm going to get a whole year under my belt and stay safe and leave with my money in my pocket and be able to complete a full season, hopefully competitive. Of course, if wins and championships are there, go ahead and go for it, but don't throw caution to the wind and risk your life in order to bring Triumph a win because they said the bike could do it. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy that wants to see you not only win on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. Shark infested. Triumph, welcome to the swimming pool. You're in the shallow end. You're looking pretty good at the moment, courtesy of Jordan Smith. That dude's a veteran, smart racer. He's doing all the right things. A triple crown is what was needed in order to deliver that win. Can he do it in a regular race? We'll have to wait and see. But next up, the East Coast. It's your turn to see if you can make that bike win as well. And hopefully you don't feel too much pressure to do that. You go out there, ride smart, ride safe, and bring it home where you're comfortable bringing it home. In the meantime, Walty will be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.